What's going on, guys? This is Matt Marinoff, Real Estate Recovery Group. My special guest today is Juan Del Sol, and Juan is he's a unique individual. I was actually instant messaging him last night, and I'm assuming he was in bed with his wife. He said he was in bed with his wife, unless he's got two wives, which is unheard of this time. With the environment that we're growing up in right now with our children, but. I was messaging him last night because I want to know a little bit more about the company, and I got some information here, so I want to talk about it. I like the vision of Juan and what he has, and try to make things better for real estate agents working with their buyers. The name of the website is multiclientlist.com. I got to put my glasses on. Multiclientlist.com. Let me give you a little information on him. Let me give you some information regarding his bio. So MCL is a data sharing software that facilitates how real estate agents create, stores, and shares buyer's agreement from a prospective client. Okay. So I guess people out there that are buyers, they're not used to signing buyer's agreement. Is that correct, Juan?
That's correct.
Okay, so basically, Juan's cracked the code for real estate agents, making it a safer, more effective way, and working with people long-term commitments, whether it's a current transaction or maybe it's something that might be happening in the future. He's committed. He is actually committed to helping build long-term relationships between the agents and the clients, based on mutual trust, respect, and integrity. Juan, tell us a little bit about the actual. This is a software. This is not a CRM, correct?
No, it's a software.
Okay, so I mean, you're talking about working with a real estate agent that primarily has gone to real estate school and has pretty much been trained. Build rapport with somebody. Don't worry about any type of agreements. I don't agree with that. I feel like if you don't have something binding you to that person. And unfortunately, in any environment that you work in, you have to have something as far as a train of paperwork, because you never know. Transaction might pop up. You might have shown the person the property prior to, and now all of a sudden they're going with somebody else. I mean, we've heard the stories over and over again. Give us a little background on why you decided to build this type of CRM software.
Absolutely. So. Let's think of real estate 10 years ago, and it's completely different from what it is today. And we have to look at what has changed in the past 10 years. And the main answer is technology. Technology is the main driver for agents to be successful in today's market condition.
Right.
And by that logic, 10 years from now, we will fundamentally be in a different place where we are today. Nowadays, we have incredible softwares like the MLS, DocuSign, that are used across the country for all agents. And one of the most important assets agents have left behind in the technology wave is the buyer's agreement. That remains a paper that agents just file in a cabinet somewhere in their office, and no wonder that they don't see the value and importance of the document. A buyer's agreement is meant to protect the agent. If you're working with buyers and you're investing time and money, clients can easily be persuaded to change agents, and this happens too many times, like you said. And there's no way to cross-reference which agent is owed a commission. At that point, that's it. You have no tools, no software, no help. And because of the technology, the lack of technology across reference, agents have to come take a look at buyer's agreement as an obsolete contract document. So, and this is basically the foundation for agents to be successful with clients. And that's what we have created, the software to allow and provide this tool for agents to have and be protected.
So I put down a couple of questions that I want to ask you. And, I'm not really a techie. I'm not a tech guy. But I see the need for it. My wife's a real estate agent. I'm friends with a ton of real estate agents all across the United States. But nobody ever really talks about, the buyer's agreement, working with the buyer. So my questions that I have are directly towards, the product that you put together, which you call MCL, right? Multiple clients list. So, are you ready for my questions?
Absolutely.
So, why is it that most agents are not using a buyer's agreement? What's the purpose for an agent in their head, in their mind? And I've actually heard brokers say, "Don't worry about the agreement. As long as you build a rapport, you're good." What's your thought on that?
Well, first, I start with I've heard it all. I've been across country. I've spoken with a lot of agents, and we all land at the same sad story. At some point in your career, you have lost a commission, and nowadays it's getting even worse. There's shortage of listings. Everybody feels that dealing with the listing agent is the best way to get the deal. That has been happening for many years, and so the use of buyer's agreement is protecting all parties in place, especially the relationship that you're building. You build this rapport, you get to know them. Nowadays, we add them on social media, we immediately connect, we build this relationship to then only lose them at an open house, lose them over, seeing a different property that you didn't show in the first place. So it's important for agents to really take the control back and the power and finish building that relationship. And that's what we're about. Having that buyer agreement just kind of finishes and closes off the relationship and say, okay, let's build a report. I'm here to help you. I'm here to provide the best expertise, the best help. And this is the way to move forward. This is an agreement that I'm going to take care of you. And plain and simple, it's a protection. And this creates the transparency across the board.
I guess my concern would be is that agents are programmed, and I'm not saying it's right,
Yeah.
but I feel agents are programmed a specific way. And the majority of agents that I talk to are very misled in what they need to do, or quite honestly, what their role is as a buyer's agent. So sometimes I feel like real estate agents that strictly work with buyers don't understand what their role is. So I would think having something in place, spelling it out for them, obviously is going to help. But I guess across the board, real estate agents don't want to pay for stuff unless they're going to get a CT credit for it. If it's
Yeah.
not going to get any value proposition to them, they don't want to learn it. They don't want to spend the money for it. But I would say the amount of agents that I actually surround myself with, that I speak with on a daily basis, or that I'm involved in, I don't want to say masterminds, but group calls that we have, that either I host or I have other agents come on and talk about, stuff that they've been doing in the industry. And I'm actually getting ready to, launch a page for real estate agents. It's the first time I've been mentioning it. So let's get on to the second question. Obviously, the agents, most agents have never really read, in my opinion, what a buyer's agreement is.
Yeah.
So working with the buyer consistently and effectively. When you say, the agents use the buyer's agreement, consistently and effectively, what is it that's so special about your product versus just a regular piece of paper that can get thrown in a drawer?
Yeah. So in our software, it cross-reference. Okay. And that's the key factor here with just having it in a drawer. So I'll give you a quick example. The old-fashioned way is agents take time when they're going to send out their client to an open house and call that agent who's hosting the open house. Hey, my client is going to be there. Here's their name. They have my card. And our old fashioned is, here's 1,000 cards. Go pass them out at every open house. Make sure they know you're my client. Why are we still operating under these circumstances? Why should an agent be stressed about getting the commission or not getting the commission?
Are you saying you solved that problem?
Absolutely. So with our software, all the agents that are under the software, this creates a database for all the buyer's agreement, which means if that buyer comes to me and says, I want to work with you, I want to get the best deal, I don't care, I don't have an agent. I go through the system and put their information, and the information, once I implement it to the system will automatically tell you, no, there's an active contract for this buyer under this agent's name. And it stops the process right there. That's transparency. That's working in the new age of technology. That's
Okay.
how
So hold
transactions
on.
work.
Let me stop you right there because that actually leads into my next question. All right. What is the multiple clients list? What is it?
So it's the software moving buyer's agreement into the technology era. So this software is helping agents, avoid the headaches and the sad stories of they lost another client.
But how do they know that they have this digital footprint that says this particular buyer is working with you or another real estate agent? What if they don't know about your website?
Well, and that comes down to awareness, just like we're doing now. That comes down from the top. That has to start. So my goal is to start that from the top. It begins with the schools because they don't emphasize. They have a lot of chapters, and I've talked to a lot of schools
What do
on buyer's agreement.
What do the schools say?
Huh?
What do the schools say?
The schools just briefly touch base on buyer's agreement, and it's just a very small chapter.
What are they saying about your software?
Oh, they love it. Everybody that I speak with loves the software and loves the idea of having a greater transparency in the business and helping agents grow. It's staggering the amount of agents that drop off the first year. Do you think schools like that on their books? If you go to any real estate school and you say, well, what's your success rate? Well, 80% of agents fall the first year. Sign me up. I'm going to be part of the 20% that makes it. It doesn't work that way.
I know.
Everybody wants them to succeed.
But do you know
they don't have the right tools?
Do you know why 80% of real estate agents actually fail?
It comes down to training, consistency, doing the work, learning from the people that have done it in the past, and following through. It's a lot of, that process is learning the process.
I'm going to simplify all that because we have a very short window of time, and I believe in your product. I don't 100% understand how it works because you have to remember I'm not a real estate agent.
Yeah,
but I get the concept of it, and here it is, plain and simple. Sorry, real estate agents. When you're a real estate agent, you're an entrepreneur. You're a 1099. Get it? You're not a W-2. You're not clocking in at 9 or 8, and you're not leaving at 5 or 6. Get it through your head. You're an entrepreneur. And the problem is that the people that go through the schooling, my opinion, I don't think they're telling people, hey, you're an entrepreneur. You got to get rid of the 9 to 5 mentality. If you can't get rid of the 9 to 5, you are absolutely 100% going to fail as a real estate agent, period.
Yep.
And I think the sooner that they understand that, and they should actually, I think that they should tell people that are going to go to school, like, hey, look, you're going to take this class. Basically, this is who you are now. Like, you don't go into the CIA and go, hey, you know what? I work at Carvel. I make ice cream cones. You don't go into working at the CIA, FBI, police, fire department, healthcare worker. My God, you're not a surgeon. And if you're a surgeon, you go to school, you learn everything, right? You learn how to become a surgeon, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the mindset for it, but you have to learn how to become a surgeon, right?
Yeah.
So by learning your craft and your field, you understand your role. Now, as a surgeon, you're not an entrepreneur. You are a W-2 employee, but you understand the amount of time you have to put in. I am so sick and tired of people that have the case of I wantskis, or they have they have entirety that they have to do something, or people that have the mentality of I'm a watchpreneur. Hey man, you're either an entrepreneur or you're not.
Yep.
So I don't mean to rant on this, but it's so important that people understand the product that you're providing. In my opinion, I think it should be a tab on the MLS. If you're bringing up a listing or whatever it is,
You hit that right on the head.
right? And I mean, I know people that are on the board in New Jersey, so I think you should actually speak with them directly. I'm actually going to tell them to watch this video. I know 3 people on
Thank
one
you.
of the boards in New Jersey. I'll have them watch it. You know what I want? I want zero. What I want is transparency. People need to understand there is a smarter way, a better way of getting things done. And for whatever reason, everybody has that mentality from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s.
Pull out the black book.
Go to school, get an education, do an internship, bring your Rolodex with you or your phone book, build your book of business.
Yeah.
That is not how the world works. You could actually be with the company for 5, 10 years and killing it. And all of a sudden, they downsize that department. As an entrepreneur, guess what? You'll never be out of work. So I think that's why the big bulk of agents fail, because they don't have that mindset. And if you don't have that mindset, don't waste your time. Don't be a real estate agent, because all you're doing is walking around with a badge on your shirt that says, I work for so-and-so, or asking me a question, I'm a real estate agent. And the bulk of the people that are out there that are saying they're real estate agents and they're this and they're that, and listen, I hate to burst people's bubbles, but usually it's people that have really super nice cars, and either they have really nice handbags or they're knockoffs, and their spouse has a really good job and allows them, you're laughing because it's true, allows them to pursue a career, of being real estate agent. The other thing is, and I'm going to stop after this, is that when I speak with real estate agents and I coach people, if I do corporate training, and I ask people, show of hands, who's a part-time agent in the room? And they raise their hand. And I basically yell at them and go, don't ever raise your hand again. Don't ever indicate or put yourself in a column as a part-time agent, because nobody wants to work with a part-time agent. Nobody wants to work with a part-time heart surgeon. Nobody wants to work with a part-time mechanic. Nobody wants to work with a part-time mentor. I mean, there's guys on Facebook that are in one business, promoting another business, promoting a massive site or a site they're trying to make massive, and now all of a sudden they're talking about something else that they're great at. DM me for a private session. It's like, oh my God. So I feel like people should really just stay in their lane, focus on a couple of things. Don't be a jack of all trades, master of none. So now let's swing right back into the multiple clients list information that you provide. And I do believe that they should put something, some type of awareness out to the agents that are out there and say, look, this is the service. This is how much it costs.
Yeah.
We can roll it into your dues. This is how much it could be. We're going to be able to buy this in bulk, whatever it is. I'm not going to, talk about the price of it. You can if you want. But at the end of the day, it's about making people basically understand what they're doing. So how is this going to benefit real estate agents? Really? Let's talk about how it's benefiting people. But do you have any case study of agents that have actually used this software?
Yeah. So it's funny because before this whole virus thing, I made a trip to Chicago. And in Chicago, they have very complicated contracts. And in the contracts, the broker has to sign off on a buyer representation agreement. They call it buyer representation agreement. And they have it as a standard practice almost, where, they are very aware that you need to have this relationship because the brokers that I spoke with, they get audited from the MLS and make sure that you're doing the business the right way. And this is a fundamental part of the business. So the benefit to agents is they're, like you said, they're entrepreneurs. So you have to treat this as a business. So why would I invest 3 months of my time, gas, running around, going crazy, taking you shopping without knowing if I'm going to get paid or not? Like, that's for me to tell you, all right, you know what? Come work for me for 3 to 6 months. And at the end of the 3 to 6 months, we'll figure out if I'm willing to pay you or not. Who's going to take those odds? Who's going to take that job? No matter what company it is, nobody's going to work 6 months for free to then be considered. Because at the end of the 6 months, I can say, you know what? I found somebody else. They're better. They're getting paid. So this is for them to be the real entrepreneur and setting that up the right way. Regardless of, you know, I just met you. The agents jump, I want to see this house. Let's take a look. But they're doing the client a disservice. Wait a minute. Let me get to know you first. Let me make sure this is the right fit. Let's have a consultation. We have some paperwork. I'll show you everything, how it works, how the whole process, and that I could better provide you the best service and better, do the search. That's how professionals do it. Talk to any big professionals, and they do buyer's consultation all the time. They get a buyer's agreement, and then they go shopping. Why would you go shopping for a house without pre-approval? I can show you $1 million house and you approve for 250.
What do you mean why? You know why? Because real estate agents, for the most part, are lazy, and
So
they want to waste time. But go ahead.
raising awareness on these levels, it's what's gonna get us to the next level in real estate. It's gonna get us to the next stage. It's gonna raise the bar for the overall industry. So this is the benefit to them. They set up their relationship, they put it on our site, the software syndicates this, so now you're protected. It's an online base, which means when you go file your commission, you say, wait a minute, this is actually online. It's not sitting in my drawer. It's not my fault. They weren't aware that this is online or in a software. I lost my client, but this is online. This is not, oh, I'll put whatever on this paper. Here, I found it. No, this has a timestamp when you upload it, when it became active. So it gives you the proof and the tools to make sure the agents get the commission.
Are you prepared to do a screen share? Can you do a screen share or no?
We could. Yeah, we could.
Yeah, if you want to do a screen share, let's do a screen share.
So how do I open a new window?
Yeah.
And I'll go to my site. Okay, so now I'm on my site. How do I do screen share? I don't know if I can do screen share from here.
Is there a screen share on the bottom?
No, it says mic cam, mic chat, leave.
Doesn't say screen share. So I guess you'd have to. Can you do it now?
No. Hold on. No. If you could do it, you could I could let you log into my section.
No. See, I'm not a techie guy, man. I'm not a techie. I know we did a screen share the other day with another service.
We could revisit it.
Okay.
And we could do another session. I'll show you.
Let's set that up. Let's set up another session. Let's get the whole screen share thing down. I don't think I have it. I don't think we can do it. Actually, you know what? I think if you log in again, I think you can bring it in again. If you try to log in with that password that I gave you.
I'm on my tablet. Just because the web camera is better.
Okay. All right, we'll forget it.
So that could be the factor.
Whatever, we'll figure it out.
We could do a revisit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm new to this.
I'm sure we'll get questions and people want to do a follow-up.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, like if people want to know more about it and they want to do like an actual run through, just to see how it works, it's great too.
Yeah.
So, the benefits, I guess I understand, and I guess it makes sense. What's the overall goal? What is your goal for multiple clients list? What's the goal?
So the main goal is to have this as a standard practice and across the board. we need to make sure that this gets educated. It starts from the top. It starts from the schools. It continues on with the brokers and even agents. We need to do our part as agents to make sure that we raise awareness and we make this standard practice. And with the
Mhm.
use of software, we're going to be able to create this and have transparency in the business. But it comes down from even agents educating buyers. I've made myself available even for when they're doing first time home buyer seminars, and I'm usually part of those where I don't talk about real estate. I'm there to educate the buyer on why it's important to have a buyer's agreement and a buyer representation. And you'll be surprised. They have no clue that this is standard practice. They have no clue that this exists.
Up until when you told me about it, I had no idea it exists. So you reached out to me. You've been following me. You asked me about a short sale. You know,
Yeah. But the
so
idea of signing a buyer representation for a home buyer, they don't know. They don't know the benefits, and they need to understand that we are salespeople, we are entrepreneurs, and we need to protect that. And this is part of that protection. So even home buyers, when I tell them, look, the reason for you to sign this buyer's agreement with this agent is because he's going to work his ass off to get you the best deal. He's going to look at that property as an inspector. He's going to set up all the process for you, CO, inspection, go through the whole shebang, negotiate the best term, negotiate the best price, work with the lawyer, work with the attorney, with the inspection, with mortgage people, with everybody, all the parties. So you just sit back and you just pick the property you want and you'll be set.
look, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for people. You know, I come on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays doing these lives, all about education. I don't have to do these things. I do these things because I want people to be informed. This is going to be actually put into a podcast. So, although it's on the screen, I want to read it out. If you guys want to know more about, the service and I guess the goal of the company and how it's going to make you a better agent, more successful agent, help you beat the odds in your first or second year in real estate, multiple clients list, multipleclientslist.com. It's multiple clients, no client list, multipleclientlist.com. Okay. Now, you can reach out to Juan directly. His number, you can call or text him, is 201 970 6272. 201 970 6272. Or you can email him. His email is very easy. It's the same as the website. Just put the Juan in front of it. It's at JUAN at multipleclientlist.com. Guys, the purpose for doing these types of things is to educate people and to let them know what is available for them. Most people are not doing the research that they can do. Most people are not researching during the time that we're in right now. This pandemic was an amazing opportunity for people to learn, educate. I've done my best to start to learn technology. I got news for you. I'm failing left and right, but I'm still moving forward. I should be able to know how to do the screen share. I should be able to tell Juan how to do it, but I can't. But we're going to set something up, and we're going to have him do an actual live demo, and we're going to set something up. And I don't care. You use my name, put my information in there. I mean, at the end of the
you're
day,
gonna be my buyer.
I'm going to be your buyer. Just don't tell my wife. At the end of the day, it's about giving value to people. It's about showing individuals. I mean, look, you're talking about first-time home buyers. Dude, this is huge.
Yeah.
First home buyers have no idea what to do. I don't care what anybody says. I talk to first-time investors. It's literally like it's the first time they're going to lose their virginity. It's the same as being a first-time home buyer. It's the first time is going out on your first date with a man or a woman or whoever you like, and at that point, not knowing what to do, not what direction. Now, I feel bad for my generation, for for my kids.
Yeah.
They learned, or they're learning everything on the internet, and the majority of it, unfortunately, is we're talking about sex. It's not showing love. It's not showing affection. That's something that you feel. It's showing you and putting you in a direction that may or may not be the right thing. So my wife and I have an open communication with our kids because we can tell them all we want. Don't go on bad sites. That's an invitation for, well, now I got to go on. Now I got to go for a bad site. And you can put as many blockers as you want on stuff. But in the end, they're going to break through it anyway. They're going to crack the code. They're going to find ways around it. They're going to go to their friends' houses, whatever, go to local libraries, whatever it is. So with the technology that we have right now, honestly, paper itself really is a dinosaur. When the MLS first started, the MLS was in books. They were in binders. And if you wanted somebody to see the property, you literally would fax over information to other offices and say, hey, this is what I have. So as technology grows, and I said this the other day, you know what that is, right?
Yeah, home phone,
right?
Landline.
It's called a phone, right? And then you have this, where you've got the actual corded phone, right? And people are like, technology is never going to change. Technology is going to be the same. I'm not going to invest. Uber? What the hell is an Uber? An Apple computer? What is it? What's an Apple computer? Nobody knew that these things, these amazing, outstanding, they call them smartphones, but really what it is to make you dumb. I couldn't recite 10 phone numbers if it saved my life now. But back then, you could, because you either had it written down, right? Or you actually had to dial it into a phone. So it's totally different. So this might be the next great thing that might be out there to help people understand a better way, more effective way of being able to work with people and saying, hey, look, you're a buyer. You want to buy something. I want to sell you something. And because we're going to work together, not because I'm wasting my time. I'm investing my time. And I think, again, because people have that mentality, I'm wasting my time. I work from 9 to 5. I've had real estate agents say, like, you know what, I'm not showing a short sale. Every short sale I've ever been involved in, nothing ever happened with it. And then they tell me the stories. And I said, do me a favor, follow me. I have an investor right now. I literally just met him in an open house 2 weeks ago. I'm joking around and back and forth. And he told me he went down the shore. I said, hey, thanks for the invite. He goes, you're always invited. And I spoke with him before and said, I'm getting ready to do a live. He goes, well, what's a live? And I told him. And he said, oh, I want to come on and watch. So I'm sure he is at some point going to watch this video. And it's just amazing, like the technology that's out there, or the people that don't know you. Like if you didn't friend me on Facebook, I wouldn't know who you are.
Yeah.
I can't go around facing book everybody and instant message them and say, hey, be my friend. Be my friend. I don't have time for that. I just want to work with people that are real and genuine. And you are real.
Thank you.
And you are genuine. And I believe in your quest. I think your quest makes sense. I've heard multiple stories of people that have lost out on opportunities. This is Juan Del Sol. You can reach him directly on his cell, text, or call 201-970-6272, or you can email him at Juan, again, and it's multipleclientlist.com. So it's Juan at multipleclientlist.com. Juan, you have anything else that you want to add about the product that you have and what you're offering these people?
From the beginning, our goal and mission is really to empower agents. And like you said from the beginning, we want them to succeed and be successful. And every office has so much potential. It's just making sure that we are following procedure and building that foundation the right way. So that's ultimately what we're about. We want to make sure that we're part of the process. They keep us and use us and make sure that they're protected so they have long-term careers. This is a really great career. it's hard work, like you said. It's entrepreneurship. You're always on. You always have to be available, but the payout is great, and you could be very successful and build team and be successful, and that's what we want for our agents to be. We want to make sure that they're protected with their commission. They build long-term relationship with clients. It's not a let me show you a million house, and if you pick one, great. If not, move on. It's building relationship, because I still have great relationships and friends that are now friends that were once a client. So that's the beauty of the business. You grow and you build those long-term relationships, and it's based on trust, integrity, and openness, and make sure we have this transparency. So that's that's this is the 50% of the business that people are not really focusing in. They're focused on listings. Get the listings, get the listings, get the listings. But you need buyers to sell those listings. You can have 100 listings, and I could be making more than you if I'm closing more buyers.
Right.
They need to understand that we need to pay attention to the other half of the business, and that's what we want to create.
It's funny you said that about, you could make maybe more than somebody who's listing the property or listing properties. Listing agents, in my opinion, should be a little bit more open to also working with buyers.
Yeah.
Majority listing agents list properties, they do nothing, and it goes on the MLS. I've seen some real superstars do amazing work with technology and promoting properties. And some properties just don't need to be promoted. Yeah. Throw it out there, you're going to get multiple offers on it. But if you want to get top dollar, if you want to get the maximum amount for the homeowner, technology obviously is going to be a huge part. And I think that if more people look towards people like yourself that are entrepreneurs that are actually doing it and that are in it every day, I think that they would be able to work smarter, not harder.
That's right.
And if they work smarter, not harder, they're going to have fun. I don't look at what I do as work. I have fun every day. Yeah. Is it stressful at times? It gets stressful because I do come up across, and so with my team, people that for whatever reason they want to work harder, they don't want to work smarter, and they want drama. We're drama free, and we've actually had clients fire their attorneys because they're just very closed-minded, narrow, and don't want to follow the program. And we run into issues all across the United States now where attorneys are getting upset because we're not attorneys. We're not real estate, agents. We're not brokers. My company's a loss mitigation company. We're offering options to somebody who's in trouble. So it's important that everybody understand what their role is and not to be closed-minded. I love to learn, and I think that if people love to learn and they love the concept of the learning, I think they're going to be successful. And I believe with a product like you have, not everybody can get listings right away. Not everybody can become a listing agent. You might want to work with buyers. Buyers are also sellers, or maybe buyers know people.
Buyers become sellers.
You could build your book of business, but do it with a digital footprint. And on that note, we're going to leave it alone. But if somebody wants to reach out to you, I appreciate the fact that you're giving me your cell phone number. Not everybody does it. They can reach you direct at 201-970-6272. If you want to mention that you saw me and Juan, kicking the poop, just say, hey, I saw you on RRG or RRG Live or whatever. If you can't remember Matt Marinoff, you can remember the Short Sell Savage or the Hebrew Hammer. Juan, at the end of every one of the lives, I ask people if they can emulate the finger point. You think you can do it?
The
finger point? Yeah. I'm going to give you a 7.5 for effort. Give you 7.5. Nobody gets a 10 but me. Because if you look how I'm the original. Look, you see how the finger snaps?
That thing is like
shattered glass all day long. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Hold on one sec. Don't go anywhere.